Down the center just one time for Graces. Now finds the second gear and comes on between horses. Eighth of a mile to go. Four Graces tries to reach just one time, who got to Jakarta. Just one time almost home. Four Graces surging but out of time. Just one time is in front.
And Pennsylvania bred just one time runs them down. She had a really troubled start, but she showed everybody the 3-2 favorite she was with jockey Joel Rosario. We have a very special guest joining us today, her owner and breeder, Donny Brown. Donny, welcome to the show, and I just feel the excitement from last week.
Thank you. We just got back from Florida last night, and still on cloud 9 2 days later, and the dream goes on.
I want to hear everything about the race, and we want to hear all about this awesome partnership, but what were your thoughts? Because she kind of had it didn't start the way we thought it would in the race, but she just showed all that heart and grit to get to the winner.
Yeah, well, first of all, my nerves were bad all morning to begin with because it was my first graded stakes, and I spent some time on the phone with my partner Tom McClay, just telling him my nerves were bad, and it's like, you'll be all right, get over there. Then they broke out of the gate, and she was a little fractious in the gate, and she didn't break too well, and instantly I was like, oh no. So as the race developed, I was thinking, we might be in trouble here. We knew she had talent. We knew she was a good horse. Joel Rosario, the jock, told me after the race that she wasn't doing too well taking dirt in her face after she broke. So he said once he got her wide, she started to pick up her feet and go, that he was happy. But I really wasn't happy till they crossed the finish line, not because I was worried about winning. I just wanted her to show up and do a good job and be the horse we hoped she could be.
And she was, for a grade 2 win, Donny, which had to be gigantic. Her history is Presque Isle Penn National. She had a great run, but she ended up with Brad Cox down at the fairgrounds and now at Gulfstream. How did all that happen?
Todd from Commonwealth New Era had contacted us and was interested in maybe teaming up to take her to some bigger races. So we struck a deal where we made an arrangement to leave and try some bigger races, and we were involved in a story with the jockey Floro Giroux, if I'm saying that properly, where he and his agent Doug retired a horse named Chocolate Ride that they claimed at Penn National to help that horse retire in the way it deserved. I guess Flo rode him in a graded stakes race early in his career. So I always remembered that story. So when Todd said we have to pick some connections, where do you want to go? And I had been watching Brad and Flo have such success around the country that it seemed like, I said, what do you think about going to Brad Cox? He goes, how could you not want to go to Brad Cox? So instantly, the horse, when it was time to leave Penn, went to Brad Cox for a few months to begin her career as a potential graded stakes horse.
So what was it like at Gulfstream when she's in one stall, and who was in the stall next to her?
Yeah, Nick's Go, and they traveled together. And then they were side by side down there, so we were fortunate enough when we went back to see our filly, we got to see, potentially one of the greatest earners in North American history, and he's now leaving for stud at TaylorMade, but what a terrific career he's had. So you're right there standing with Brad Cox, Nick's Go, and you're just saying, what did we do to deserve this?
And then being in the winner's circle, what was that like for a grade 2 on one of the biggest stages in American racing?
Well, for us, it was chaos. First of all, there are so many hugs and screams and trying to rally and get your group together and get in there. And then when we got in there, it was just trying to organize and get the horse in and set up for a picture. We just had a hard time with that because there was just so much emotion, so many happy people. Couldn't get everybody to face the camera. The coolest one in the winner's circle was probably the horse. She walked right in there like she thought she belonged there, and she set up, and the rest of us followed her lead and set up, and I hopefully got a nice picture taken.
Oh, well, a picture you're certainly going to remember, and we look forward, you're a big part of Warriors Reward, and we look forward to seeing a lot of his progeny here at Parks.
Yeah, so Tom and I own Warriors Reward, and he's standing in Pennsylvania now. His first crop of 2-year-olds start running in Pennsylvania this year, 2022, and we have quite a few of them. So we're hoping a pretty big group of them are going to be here at Parks and maybe the other 2 tracks, and who knows, maybe lightning will strike twice. He's a big guy, and he stamps his horses. He puts good flesh and good bone on all of them, and we bred him to some decent mares. So we're hoping to have a continued success with Pennsylvania racing.